friends, my name is Jovan-Sec.1. I'm secondary 1 from Bina Graha School, and I will be doing a presentation about ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a community of living organisms such as plants and animals in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment like air, water, and mineral soil interacting as a system. So it is like the animal using the non-living parts can be used as a home or as shelter. What is a habitat? The natural home or environment of an animal, plant, or other organisms. There are things such as food chains and food webs in habitats. Food chains. A food chain shows how each living thing gets food and how nutrients and energy are passed from creature to creature. Food chains begin with plant life and end with animal life. Some animals eat plants, some animals eat other animals. A very simple food chain could start with grass which has been eaten by a rabbit. These are some examples of food chain. You can see that like in the grassland biome, the primary producer is grass, the primary consumer is grasshopper, the secondary consumer is rat, the tertiary consumer is snake, and the quaternary consumer is hawks. How many ecosystems are there? Ecosystems can be found everywhere around the world. There are two types of ecosystems, the terrestrial ecosystem and the aquatic ecosystem. The terrestrial ecosystem. The terrestrial ecosystem consists of the forest ecosystems, the desert ecosystems, the grassland ecosystem, and the mountain ecosystem. And then there is the aquatic ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem consists of the marine ecosystem and the freshwater ecosystems. Now I will be showing you two ecosystems from the terrestrial group. First one will be the desert ecosystem. Desert ecosystems are located in regions that receive an annual rainfall less than 25. They occupy about 17% of all the land on our planet. Due to the extremely high temperature, low water availability, and intense sunlight, fauna and flora are scarce and poorly developed. The vegetation is mainly shrubs, bushes, few grasses, and rare trees. Some flora that lives in these ecosystems are elephant tree, desert sage, organ pipe cactus, and the desert marigold. The fauna that live in this ecosystem are the coyote, gazelle, deer, mule, and the Kero spinny mouse. And then there's the grassland ecosystem. Grasslands are located in both the tropical and temperate regions of the world, though the ecosystems vary slightly. The area mainly comprises grasses with a little number of trees and shrubs. The main vegetation includes grasses, plants, and legumes that belong to the composite family. Some flora that lives in these ecosystems are the purple cornflower, the big blue stem, and the blazing star. The fauna that live in this ecosystem are lions, ostriches, short-eared owls, and giraffes. Now I will be showing you about the marine ecosystem. The marine biome is made up of three layers, the euphotic zone, the dysphotic zone, and the aphotic zone. The euphotic zone is where the most life is because that's where sunlight bursts. The dysphotic zone is dark and gloomy and doesn't harvest as much life, but still contains a large number. The third zone, the aphotic zone, is home to only the plants and animals that have adapted to extreme life in such harsh conditions. Some flora that lives in this ecosystem are the Halmeda, green feather, Penicillus rhaphodita. The fauna that lives in this ecosystem are great white sharks, tiger sharks, and large fish such as mahi. And then there is the freshwater ecosystem. Contrary to the marine ecosystems, the freshwater ecosystem covers only 0.8% of the Earth's surface and contains 0.009% of the total water. Three basic kinds of freshwater ecosystems exist. The first one is the lentic, slow-moving or still water-like pools, lakes or ponds. The second one is slotic, which means fast-moving waters such as streams and rivers. The third one is wetlands, places in which the soil is inundated or saturated for some lengthy period of time. Okay, so some fauna that live in the lentic part of the freshwater ecosystems are freshwater fishes, aquatic snakes, otters, and beavers. The fauna that lives in the lotic part of the freshwater ecosystems are small shrimps, freshwater crabs, freshwater fishes, and the mudeye. Some fauna that lives in the wetland part of the freshwater ecosystems are constrictor snakes like the anaconda, frog-like amphibians, and some lizards. Okay, so the conclusion is basically an ecosystem is a connection of living things with the non-living ones. It's like what I said before, the living things you can use, like the rocks or the soil for making it for the house and drink the water. So I think that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening to, oh yeah, sorry. Any questions?
How can people help ecosystem?
How can what, sorry?
People help ecosystem.
By not destroying trees. Like, we can't use that much wood. So there are only few trees stuff in this world and they are endangered. So we should preserve them. Okay.
What happens if there is no system?
Earth consists of an ecosystem. So if there's no ecosystem, there's no Earth. Basically. That's common. Any more questions? Okay, so that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I say goodbye.